Hold up. Why do they doubt the kid? I'm about to prove them all wrong again. I got a low tolerance, cause they don't even know what the problem is. It's me. You waiting on the boy to fail, then hold your breath and face your death. Cause you play a roulette with each step I progress, no less. Go ahead and place your bets. Cause we know where we at, we know we top tier. Cause all the hate that you bring, we know it stops here. I'm taking off like a rocketeer and stopping here. It's strange how they cannot see the future, but see profit here. Wait up. We gon' always win. Promise that that's not a promise, yeah, that is a threat. You know that I promise to bring the team commas. When the whole team win, that's when you flex. Win. And I'ma do it again.
Yeah, y'all really gonna leave me hanging?
Watch me.
Y'all really gonna
do it again.
Arms cut off, but I'm
tomorrow. Come on, Kenny. You in the tip tomorrow. Kenny. Come on. Come on.
What's good? Good. We're gonna let you live again. We're gonna let you live. We gotta let you live.
That's all I need.
There we go. Kenny, what's good? We have made it to the final week of this winter league, Redzone football.
Very nice.
Great job, man.
It's, you know what? By the weeks, it seemed short, but for some reason it was still long. Pause. I gotta clean that up.
Oh, wow. Early.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I enjoyed the season. Everybody enjoyed the season. This week, by the how the games went, this might Ia said this might have been the best accumulative week of football games.
I think
now you've seen one game that may have been better than a game. You've seen a game here and there, but as a whole,
yes,
the way these games went down to the wire and all that stuff was crazy.
Bro, I'm there reffing with Terrell. Every game we looked at each other like, yeah, this is crazy. Every game that we had went down to the wire. I think when I looked at the score, it was like one blowout.
The one blowout was in the play-in, and that was Ravens ALLSTA'R'S.
Ravens ALLSTA'R'S. But besides that,
it was
a 3-point game, 2-point game, 4-point game.
Crazy. So as a whole, shout out to the players, man. You guys really brought it this weekend in the playoffs. And speaking of players who've brought it, we got a special guest today.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we've been having our special guests. Every week we've been having special guests. This one is a little extra special because of the last 2 weeks of games that this player has had. And this player happened to be on one of the teams that we would consider an upset after playing in a play-in game and then upsetting the favorites to win the championship. With no further ado, I would like to bring in Big Nate. Nate, what's good?
Oh, what's up?
All right.
Nate, what's good, man?
I'm good. How you?
Chilling, brother, chilling. So, just for the record, right? So, what I give Nate his respect, right? So 2 weeks ago, Caliphs played the Gladiators,
mm-hmm,
and AP may have got the best of Nate that day.
For sure.
Nate walks. Listen, let me tell you something. I should be having me crack it up on the field. Nate walks past me and goes, "I ain't even gonna hold you. That nigga locking me up." He's like, "I ain't even gonna cap," and I bust out laughing. He went back, and that was it. Nate, you know, sometimes somebody gets the best of you, bro. Like you can't be. You're not gonna be ill a day. You know what I mean? They might get you once, but what you do is you live to fight another day, and you come back and you do your thing. We'll get into that. We'll get into that.
Do we have to wait?
We have to wait? You know what?
We got the guy on. I want to hear about this matchup, man. Because that's what the price.
You know what? You're right.
That matchup right there.
You're right. We're gonna get right into it today. We're gonna get right into it. We're gonna get to that game. Let me make sure this.
Look, you see the Arnold comment?
Hold on. I gotta find it. Sorry. There we go. All right. What was Arnold's comment? He was brushing.
Waves are spinning. I ain't gonna lie. The waves are spinning, bro.
Yeah. So the upset of the day, Caliphs, the favorites, undefeated all season long during the season, but you don't win championships during the season. There's a playoff. And Nate, with some of and the biggest play in the game to win this one, 28-25. I ain't even gonna hold you. I just watched this game back just now before we got on here. I know y'all think I edited and I get to see it. When I'm edited, I don't get to see anything. I'm just trying to get the videos done and get them out. Bro, at the end when the Caliphs scored, I was like, when the hell did they have time to drive back downfield? There was no time left. But let's get into it. Nate, we're gonna let you start here.
Well, we have two people that win the game.
Oh yeah, both of y'all in that game.
Yeah.
Kenny was right a lot last week when he said who was gonna win these games. We get into that. Go ahead, Kenny and Nate. Yeah, I got the floor.
Yeah, Nate's got it. You can talk.
All right. This game was definitely personal. After the week prior, this game was definitely personal. AP is a great player. And I actually told him, I said, he gave me one of the hardest matchups since I entered the flag scene, SAFL, casino, whatever it is. He gave me my hardest matchup. And, I just had to come back the next week and show the player I was. I knew I was gonna perform the second week around, because the way my head was spinning after that first week, I thought about it the whole week. So gotta get back. Always gotta get back. That's all it is. Yeah.
All right. So
Let's talk about what makes him such a tough matchup.
Well, for one, he matches up with me when it comes to size. Not many people my size can move the way he do. So that surprised me, and he startled me. I honestly didn't know how to deal with that because I haven't ran into that in a while. So he's my size. He moves better than me, and that was that.
Okay. See, that's the one thing I respect, man. Like, there's nothing wrong with giving a guy some credit, man.
Yeah.
You out there competing. It's okay for you to be like, you know what? That dude, I. That's okay.
Yeah.
And I respect as a player the fact that you were like, yo, you recognized and you was like, I gotta come back and get him back, and that's it. And that's what it's all about. There's no anger in it, none of that. Respect, game, recognized game, and you just like, yo, next time I'm gonna be the better man. I'm gonna be the one that get the best of him. And I'm sure he's saying the same about you on that other side, because in his post-game interview, he said something like that. He's like, yo, he gets their spots, and it's like, yo, you just match up and hope you win the matchup. Kenny?
I got a lot to say on this game and other things. So I'm going to talk for a minute or two, because I got multiple notes in my head. First, let me shout out James for coming back. I know he's dealing with some issue. He didn't have to play, but he knew it's important. So he was key on both sides of the ball for the first game, which I'm sure we're talking about. And then the second game, what else can I think? Got to mention the Caliphs. That is a great team. I don't know who constructed them. Was it AZ, someone else? Whoever it was. Whoever the GM is. There's a reason they were undefeated in the regular season. I mean, that's a veritable murderer's row of players. So, and that's a team that you can look at and say, these guys don't have any discernible weakness. There's other teams in the league you can say, all right, they don't do this well, or they don't do that well. Callus isn't a team that really has something that you can exploit overtly. So credit to them. I'll talk some more about some other general stuff. I did tell Rob several times, and he knows. Like I was mum on the podcast for a couple reasons. One, because I don't want to tip off anybody that was going to play in both games. I want that to be a surprise to them, so they're not expecting that. And I had been coming to the field a couple of times anyway, just to watch and support the league. But I knew in the back of my mind that kept me eligible as well, so I could also prevent that. Hey, he can't play because he's never played. Like, nope,
just for you guys out there.
Film. I'm on film.
You guys. I was just about to say that. I was like, he's been there to make sure he qualifies.
Yes. What was I going to say? There was something else on my mind. So I had to keep mum last podcast. I don't want to tip him off. And like, I hear all this talk about it. E was like, how do the Cavs lose? Like, oh, they don't show up. I'm like, all right. I'm shaking my head. It's like,
I asked the question. I didn't say that. That was someone.
That's true.
I asked the question.
Yo, listen, y'all can't get at me. Listen why, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you do things statistically, right? They're the favorites. We haven't seen them lose all season, so we're going off. It's not a knock on anybody they're playing against, but yo, until I see the man lose, I can't say the man gonna lose. And I'm not saying I didn't say y'all had a chance, because it's always any given Saturday for us, but they haven't lost yet. They look good, even in the bad games. They still found a way to get it done. So,
yeah, I agree.
But not today.
I'll go on some more. I'll continue with this monologue. I just knew. I mean, and this might sound self-aggrandizing, but I believe it. I know just me just showing up on both sides of the field is going to make a difference in the game. Like they beat them last time, but I wasn't playing in that game, and that's going to matter. So I had that in my mind as well. And I'll talk about like our team in general. There's been a lot of talk on the podcast, like, all right, this guy is the best guy or that guy is the best guy. And I'm like, I bristle at that because we have a number of guys who can be the guy in certain contexts. That's what makes the squad dangerous, because there's other teams. And when I say other teams, I'm not referring to other teams in this league. I mean, in the abstract, teams in general. It could be a team in Kansas or whatever. They're limited on how good they can be offensively because of who they're featuring, who's getting targets. It might be because their guys are too slow. They lack quickness. They don't get open well against certain coverages. They're unreliable hands. And that really provides a firm ceiling on how good said squad can be offensively. And we don't have that problem because we have multiple people who can do things. And I don't do this much, but I'll talk about myself some. Like, I'll often take a backseat on offense. Some of it's not really football related. It's more of like, especially this past season in another league, every week I was scheduled for 4 games. So I'm like, I have to find ways to preserve myself for the next day when I'm playing both sides of the ball and often drawing the toughest defensive assignment. So sitting out sometimes on offense made sense, even though like my ego is like, people don't realize just what I can do on the field as an offensive player. Like, there's nothing I can't do as a receiver. I can go deep. I can run by people. I can run through people. I'm pretty short-handed. I'll drop a pass every now and then, but like I can get open. And I do a lot of non-box score things. Like I get other people open just by doing certain things in game. So that's offensively. And defensively, I think I can cover any archetype of receiver, whether it's a bigger, stronger player, faster, quicker player. Like I'll still get got. I've gotten got many times, but the flip side of that is, flip side of that is you get used to what it's like. All right, I got beat here. So I'm not afraid to get beat. And I know why I get beat, which is only going to make you better if you have the right mentality. So I'm like, me coming back is going to make a difference against like whatever teams you're playing against. So I'm ready for that. Like there's part of me, it's an ego thing. It's like, I want people to know just how good I am on both sides of the field, but sometimes I will eschew that for other considerations. But I knew just coming back was going to make a difference. So even some of my own teammates are like, they expressed disbelief that we beat the Cavs. I'm like, I never thought, like, I know how good they are, but again, maybe this is a confidence thing. Like, I believe that we have a chance to beat them. I'm playing in this game. It's going to matter. And we're out. We beat them. So yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
I just watched the game back. So my observation of the game was, I thought Mike threw well. I thought he was on the money this game. He didn't connect with Nate early in the game. You two struggled early. but connected when it mattered the most. He connected with Kenny. He connected with James. One thing I think that helped you guys was the smaller roster size created the familiarity of players that were out there with Mike this time. It was like this sort of is the core bunch of the Gladiators, and there wasn't much subs until it was Usman late.
Usman showed up late.
It wasn't much
showed up by halftime like the water boy.
Till Usman showed up, and he literally got to go to the same guys all game long. Everybody got involved. One I want to shout out James. James was able to create space on Will, who is a great defender. James was able to, I don't know, watch the game back now that I'm saying it. Watch James route running. It was creating so much gap between him and Will on that cut that he was open, and you know that's gonna eventually open up everything else. And it was like a trickle down effect. Then they go man, and it's mano y mano, and y'all just won the matchups.
Yeah.
Everybody won their matchups. And then shout out to Nate, like late in that game, bro. Like literally that, like watching it, I'm like, yo, there's no time left. When did they win the game? Because I'm looking at the game tape and I'm
let's go inside the huddle now. So they come down and score. It's 25-21, right? Give or take, what was it, 40 seconds left, something like that? 40?
I think it was more than that, but
was it?
It was definitely under 2.
No, because they went down. Go ahead, Nate.
It was definitely under 1. I don't know the exact.
Under 1. I think like 47 seconds.
Yeah, because they went down when they were going down. It was at like 1:30 on their clock. Like so when y'all got the ball back, it was under a minute. I want to say about 40.
I think like 47 seconds, something like that. So take us into the huddle. You two are leaders on the team. What was the talk in that huddle to Mike?
Well, first, I'll talk for Nate because I think I could give him a lot of credit here. First, that score was 100% my fault. That was just a bonehead. The one that's like, and if we lose the game because of me, I'm going to be not just mad because I lost, but I feel like I cost everyone a shot at the next round. So I gave up a really bad score just by not knowing where the field was. But then, so we had plays called for the drive, and Nate just took over. He said, forget that. Give me the ball. And like, yes, this is what I love. Give him the ball. Like, forget the play calling. And he took over. First play was I think like a 30 or 40 yard shot to get the first down.
Down the sideline. Beautiful.
And then
catch.
I think 2 plays later, Mike found him in the end zone. 2 or 3 plays later. I don't know how many it was, but he was great. He took over. And we need that. You need that sometimes. People are like, screw what we're calling. Just give me the ball. And he did that in spades. Full credit to him.
Nate?
All right, Nate?
Talk on that.
Honestly, my thought process during that was, if you're familiar with the Gladiators, we've been to multiple championships and lost.
I'm sure.
And it's funny because after every game I talk to Kenny, and we have the same energy after we lose every time. And so in the huddle, I was just thinking like, this can't be it. Not only did we not make the championship, we fell short. So I'm like, this can't be it. So I just felt like I needed to take matters into my own hands. And shout out to everybody else on the team though, because Usman, he definitely got me open on that first play, the first down. And I think he called the play and he said he was going to get me open, and it just worked. So shout out to Usman and everybody else. They ran the right routes and it worked.
All right. And then there was a throw to you over the middle that didn't connect. And then the next play was you across the back of the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. And then you run from the back of the end zone. I ain't gonna lie to you, that was great. That was all the way to the camera. And was like, I think he said, I do this, or something to that extent.
Yeah.
That was a big. I felt, just for the record, Nate. So I wasn't. Yeah, obviously I wasn't there. I left early. I don't know when you text me that. Nate just said. Nate text me, goes, ask them what happened. So, and I didn't know the score because it's not like we were giving updates or anything. So I'm like, the Caliphs must have lost. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to call, like, yo, the Caliphs lost. The Caliphs lost. Nobody answering me. Nobody picking up
I
their
put
phone.
you like 30 minutes after, something like that, right?
Yeah, they didn't get me till after to find out the Caliphs lost again. Shout out to you guys, man.
Yeah.
Y'all were a complete team. Another big thing. Germ was also great at containing Shane.
I give her. Yeah.
He just kept him in that line, didn't over pursue. He made it difficult for him. Now let me jump to the Caliph side. I don't think Shane threw well early from off the video. It kind of looked like he was laying back on some of the throws, like kind of like leaning away from the throws, if that makes any sense. Like, you're supposed to step into your throws early in that game. But at the end,
he's not a man of excuses, so I'm not going to do that. But when I went to him, like, you good? I talked to her like, you good? He said that like the sweater was a little uncomfortable. So he did change to the sweater after like the fourth drive. I don't know if that made a difference in the game. If you saw it on tape that he threw better. But he said he had like a hoodie on that was constraining him a little bit. Not an excuse. I'm just telling you.
Well, there's no excuse. The game ended. The game ended 28-25.
No, I'm giving
y'all was out there.
Y'all
went at each other,
right? I'm not. I'm just telling you that I had a conversation with him. So he did take off his hoodie after like the second or third drive, and I don't know whatever happened after that happened. So
I want to say I feel like in the beginning of the game, he put some good balls out there. We got lucky with a couple of drops.
Oh yeah,
there was some drops also.
Oh yeah, we got lucky with a couple of drops. I think it's ZQ.
Oh yeah,
down
right side. Yeah.
And one of the other receivers, he dropped a wide open touchdown, blown coverage. So
was that Vinny?
I don't know his name, but he dropped a wide open touchdown. And so I feel like the ball was getting there, but we got bailed out a couple times.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's true. We gave him a couple.
I'm gonna be honest all the time.
Yeah, yo, that's respect, man.
Yeah, they're good.
Respect there.
We were almost too conservative at points. I mean, there was a discussion in the huddle towards the end of the first half. It's like, well, let's run out the clock. I'm like, what? Yeah, there's a minute and a half. And Nate was agreeing with me. It's like, no, there's no way we run out. Let's go for a play. Let's do we're giving them too much credit here. And we're in a good spot. I mean, we gave up a horrific punt return touchdown. Is that the first of the season?
Probably.
It's like,
yes.
Probably.
We just kind of watched it run down. It's like, and we had ample opportunities to fold. That play, touchdown I gave up. We didn't fold, which is good. It's like, oh man, like things like that especially against this team. Like, you don't need to give this team extra shots to beat you. We did that. We still survived. So.
Well, you guys should be battle tested at this point.
Yeah.
If you're, if you're saying
you've
been there, you've lost. You guys got to be battle tested, so nothing should phase you guys at this point.
Yeah, it's true. I've been on their team. I think this is the third season in less than a year. Every time we've made the title game, we lost the previous two. This time, well, it'll be a good battle. I mean, not give any predictions now. It'll be a good battle between the elites and the gladiators. But
answer this then. The gladiators win the championship if you play the elites, great team. And both of you can answer that question.
Nate can talk. Nate, I'll say something.
Gladiators win the championship tomorrow if
we don't overcomplicate things. It's another game. I feel like a lot of times when we make it to the championship, I think I've been in 3 now with them, and I feel like we have a game plan that gets us there through the regular season, through the playoffs. And I feel like when it comes to championship games, we tend to do too much. Like, we change our game plan and
it's fair.
It goes downhill from there. So I feel like we just need to continue doing what we're doing and just play.
Message, do what got you there.
It's true.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
I think also we have to, this is easier said than done. We kind of got to put egos out of the way. I feel kind of bad too because I'm like a Johnny come lately who joining very late in the season, but it's like I have to be aggressive in some fronts. Either I have to like I gotta be on the field XYZ. I feel bad if like other people have to sit, but like I don't want to watch this game get away from us, at least offensively. Or if I just say like, yo, we should be doing this. Forget the deep ball. Just throw it to whoever's open. Doesn't matter who it is, et cetera, et cetera. Because there's no reason that we shouldn't be able to put up a good performance. That's the political response, I'll say. A good performance against a really good team.
Let me drive real quick, Rob. Because Rob mentioned earlier that it did help that the roster was smaller, right? So you already know when the championship game comes up, guys from week 2, week 3 are going to be there for the championship game, right? You know that. Like, that's just a fact. That happens everywhere, every league. That's
You
like,
still on the team? What you doing? No.
Yeah. But now you are going to have your guys back. And there's some guys in this chat. You got Ty, you got Mikey, who I'm sure are going to show up. How do you guys keep it the way that you did and prevent? And I'm not calling these guys that. I'm just asking the question. Stop the hero ball and everybody fall in line to win the championship. Because more guys, everybody wants to be. I want to be a reason why we win the championship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So how do you prevent that?
Nate, you got something to say on that?
Oh yeah, I want to say I disagree with Rob that with the less guys on the team thing. In my head, I just feel like we knew we had to play Iron Man football. We had 6, and I feel like that just gave us extra motivation. We know we have nobody to rely on, so the guys that are out there have to get it done. I don't want to say that having the less amount of guys didn't help. I just feel like it gave us a mindset boost that we have to get it done. So I think
technically a mindset boost is some help.
Yeah,
but I get you. I hear what you're saying. You're saying that it didn't affect. It wasn't just having just those core guys that made it the dub. I understand what you're saying. Yeah,
I feel like we're stronger. We're gonna be stronger with the rest of our team. So we'll see though.
I get it. No, I see what he's saying. I would say I hear what you're saying, Rob, though. Like I understand from the offensive standpoint, I think it was useful just because you have more ongoing chemistry. If you know you're not coming out, like there's something mentally, especially as a receiver, it was like, all right, I'm going to be playing. I don't have to worry about coming out. I'm used to seeing the ball come my way. That can be useful, especially if, again, like the point I made earlier, if the guys you're throwing the ball to are guys who can break games open in different ways. It helps to have more people, but it's not a huge hindrance if you don't, because you're still giving targets of people who can take over. So it could still work. I mean, we'll be better with more people, but there's now the element of like, all right, how we mix in who's playing now and where that can be a hindrance at times. But yeah, will we be better with more people?
As long as everybody understands what's at stake, and you got to play your guys here. No, egos get pushed aside in championship games. It doesn't matter who wins the game for you. It doesn't matter who's the guy this game. Should be no guy. It's just do your job. Even if it's a little minuscule job, do your job. I don't think getting Ty back is gonna hurt at all. So to your point, when you have high level guys, especially you guys are missing. Like I said, Ty is one of the top guys in the league. You're missing him, and y'all were able to pull this game out, right? So now you get him back. It just makes it tougher on the team you're gonna play, because now they got another guy that they have to try to defend, when what you guys did this week with what you had probably could already work. So I'm you know what, Nate, I'm in 50-50 with what you with it, but I got exactly what you're saying. I understand it on both sides there. Now let's jump into the team that you're gonna play. Like I know we spend a lot of time on this, but to be honest, all you guys that been eliminated, we ain't got to talk about y'all. Y'all ain't playing this week. No disrespect. We'll get to it. But let's keep it like
a recap. Really.
Yeah. I will run through it. We'll run through it, but there's more important things to talk about. You elites have
look at that last comment. See if he's free. Let's get him on there.
You of course. If you're available,
that's what I thought. Like I did mention that to Raul. Those a little late.
Where's Hash at?
If you're available, you could drop in. Hold on, Adele, I got you. I'm gonna send you a link right now if you're available. Yeah. So they have their guys. They have their guys also. They play. One thing I'm gonna say.
Hash, send the link. Let's get Hash.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds, guys.
Yeah. And while you're doing that, let me I'll shout out everyone who was on the field. Akib, he didn't play, but he was pivotal in holding his phone, getting stuff, calling Christian, who was in another country. Shout out to him as well. Jeremy, great rushing. Mike, who folks would argue couldn't beat man, and Callis played man 90% of the time. Plus, he did what he had to do. Who else? James, of course. Nate, he's here. Myself coming back after a long layoff. Usman showing up late, helping out. Make sure I got everybody in there.
Manny?
I think that was everybody. Oh, yes, Manny. Manny had the game-ending INT as well. So those are all the folks that showed up in some capacity. And Umair. Umair was there. He got hurt, but he was still there. So.
Did he get hurt on the touchdown catch?
I think so. I don't remember how.
From speaking to him early, he was already kind of banged up. Yeah, something. He said it's something that he's been dealing with.
Yeah.
All right, I gotta hold on. Let me give me I gotta give me a sec to get, because I didn't have it set up yet for that much screens, but I got you. Just give me 2 seconds. We need 5, right?
Party of 5.
Party of 5. And if another person comes in, I'll set it up for an extra. If somebody else comes on, just give me 2 seconds, guys.
90s television.
All right. Just for the record, there will be no top 10 right now. We're gonna do a top 10 for the entire playoffs. We won't do one just for that first round. So Hash, I'll have y'all in a sec. I like it, man. You should be. Listen, man. We should all be excited for this that's coming up. Yeah, we should all be excited, man. I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, man. First playoffs of the league. You just want everything.
But telling the truth, this is going better than
we expected.
Ever imagined, bro. Like,
yeah, 100%, man. Like hold on. Sorry.
Yeah, big credit to you guys and everyone behind the scenes who's helped done the work for that.
All right.
And I will be, like I said, I will be going by the field later. I'm not too far from there, so.
By the I have a little patch of turf in my yard. All the snow is off of it.
Yeah. Okay.
So we should be fine. And with no further ado,
we'll get the big screen.
Gosh, what's happening?
Hash, you get the big screen in the middle, brother.
All right. It is what it is.
So Ash, you guys took care of business, and now you're going into the finals against the Gladiators, a battle-tested team that packs the defense and has a lot of firepower on offense. How are the elites preparing and coming out in this game? How do the elites? You know what? I'm gonna ask you E's question. What do the elites?
The elites win. That's it.
I mean, the elites, they play with a high energy, man. So like that stuff is embedded in them. So there's not really much to say in terms of like their preparation. If anything, it's contain the emotions. But sometimes that stuff works for them. So who's one to say, yo, chill out? Some comments sometimes are just unwarranted, and we talked to the guys the last time we played the Gladiators. You never want somebody to get hurt or whatever, and the game is not that serious. But move along and yeah, we'll play with high energy. So
Ash was out there scouting the other game.
nah, man, there's no scouting. I mean, we've played the elite so many times in pickup ball, man.
You mean the
I
Gladiators?
stuck around because I was like, yo, the games are good, man.
Yeah,
The games there were some dope games. I mean, at one point of the game, it seemed like Gladiators didn't really have the energy for it. I mean, I don't even blame them. They played against garbage men. They came back, won that game, and then I don't know, from halftime on, they just picked up, man. The resilience was crazy. It was a fire game. It's a fire game.
Well, let's talk about your game a little bit. You guys actually needed a game-winning TD, Anas to Kenny, to advance this far. So talk about the elites a little bit and their matchup.
Yeah, I mean, Anas is a little bit of a different quarterback than I am, but that game was very gritty too. Who was it that we were playing?
All-Stars.
ALLSTA'R'S. Yeah, sorry. Oh man, that was such a bad misplay on ALLSTA'R'S defense, man. They didn't really play together, and prime example, man, of what you guys were saying earlier. To just echo on that, is that egos got in the way of that game, and it was close for them too. Elites played really good defense. ALLSTA'R'S defense lacked on two big plays, and it really showed. It really showed. So kudos to Anas and crew for punching it through.
That one play was kind of backbreaking, the big squirrel run.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was to me. That was the game.
Look, I mean, that play itself is like a summary of where the ALLSTA'R'S mindset was at. Are they ready for the ready whistle? Are they ready to hike? They clearly weren't. Squirrel is a shiftier guy, but look, there's four other people on that side of the field. Everyone's crashing. It's tough to break all four.
Yeah.
So it was a terrible miss on their part.
All right. These guys aren't here. It's just me and you talking, Hash, right?
Yeah.
Technically, you're a sub. You're nobody's sub, but technically on this team, you're filling in for Anas. How do you not put that pressure on yourself? How do you get prepared for this game? I think I'm going to lead this team. This team has everything it takes to win it all.
I don't know, man. I think my greatest attribute is all the emotions that are out on the field or put in a spot, like that stuff doesn't really bother me or affect my game. It's as simply as take what they give you. They're a good team. They play very physical. They have some bigger bodies as well. Like, we don't have the bigger bodies, but IQ wins games, man. That's what an open man gets. So when you don't have as big a body, IQ is gonna win it all the time. It is.
Now this game here, I feel, you guys actually do match up. You got Big Nate, and I'm gonna assume Arnold will have to match up with Nate, right? And I don't want to run. You know what? I'm not gonna run down too much. I'm not gonna give any game plans.
It's a game preview. Go ahead, man. Let's go.
So you got Arnold to match. Arnold will probably be matched up with Nate. I think that's where that matchup goes. Then you have Squirrel, and I'm gonna assume Ty or Kenny.
Yeah,
we'll have to take him. Then you have Saeem, who's also been playing a great season, and Bucker. So Kenny, you'll be on Bucker or Squirrel, and then I'm trying to, listen. I don't want to get. I'm trying not to give it too much, but just I feel like you guys do match up. Ash, very strong arm. So that's something they're going to have to deal with. The defense of the elites is very fast also. That's something that Mike's going to have to deal with, because I feel that in the previous game, he struggled throwing outside. So now this game here, I didn't see none of that shit. He was on point this game throwing outside. So I'm very I don't even know what to expect. This isn't a game that I can call. Like, we thought Cali were going to beat the Gladiators last week due to what we knew: players missing, players hurt, players coming back off an injury. AP's matchup against Nate the previous week, we're like, they may have a number.
Yeah.
And we were completely wrong. 100% wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This week here, you don't have that feeling where you're like, this team is a favorite or that team is a favorite. There is no favorite. We're just gonna go out there and see which one of you guys is ready to win a championship. It's good. Yo, let me listen, man. As this, like E mentioned earlier, this is the first championship of Redzone football.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be near and dear
baby,
to us here. Near and dear. So I'm gonna be watching as a fan, although I'll be there reffing also, but I'm really gonna be watching both your teams as a fan of you guys. And all you guys know I enjoy playing with you guys. I enjoy seeing you guys play out there. This is epic for me right now. It's gonna be epic for me this week. Good luck to both of you guys, teams, elites, gladiators. Good luck, man. Like play your hearts out. Let's keep it level-headed. Talk y'all junk. Talk y'all shit.
All right. Let's set the record straight. Talk. We don't
talk
care
y'all junk. We're not.
The talk is gonna happen.
I got no hands. That's fine.
Yeah, have fun, man.
That's not cool. We know the line not to cross.
Make this epic. Have fun.
Yeah,
get out there and have fun. Somebody's gonna win. Somebody gonna lose, and lose graciously. Win graciously. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's it, man. Good luck to you guys. That's all I got to say about this game.
It'd be a good battle.
Great.
Hosh, so you're definitely throwing Hosh?
Who knows, man?
Who knows? Yeah. So y'all don't know who y'all. I love it. You're not supposed to know who you're gonna see. Just know who they have on roster that's capable of getting the job done, and that's all that matters. Nate, I know you're gonna try to channel what you had this game into this next game. Matchups. That matchup's gonna be epic. Listen, honestly, I'm trying to have this. This is I think this game will be recorded by Guinea.
League Pass.
By League Pass.
Mm-hmm.
We also want somebody recording it for us, and I also would love to put it up live as it's going on.
Are we doing
live? So I'm gonna try to have this.
Is that true?
What?
Terrell and James mic'd up, or is that not happening?
We're gonna try to mic up 2 people. So
James will pretend.
This game will be everywhere. It'll be live. I want this game live online. I want it. So listen. So people gonna be watching you. People ain't there. They still gonna see it. Talk your junk to the camera. Have fun. Celebrate.
Have fun
make it epic and fun. Good luck, man.
And the game-winning trophy is nice. It's nice. It's nice, guys. It's nice.
Yeah,
I don't want to say too much about it. Rob put a lot of work into it. It's nice.
So we do have ALLSTA'R'S. So I let me just get into that. I want us to have an all-star game. I'm not sure it's going to happen this week because time constrained at the times of the game. Also, some guys are in the game that would play. You don't want to, you're not playing that or playing it after. You're ready to go home after you do whatever you did. Now the all-star game will go this way. Me and E will be playing.
Oh, no, Rob. You watch, man. You watch. I seen it.
Yo, don't be like that, Hash.
Yeah.
I'm rusty.
Had the hand on the hip.
That's just out of shape, man. I gotta get the cardio going. You see me come back to the huddle every time, huffing and puffing. Man. Hash had to ask me if I was all right. It's like, yo, you good? You got a post in you? You're like, you got another post? I got it.
Nah, man.
For the record, I'm talking like this was Monday. We talking the holiday, so this wasn't that long ago. This is Monday that just passed.
It was Hash. It was rough. I'm actually still a little banged up from that game today.
I don't doubt
You
it.
gotta remember, I haven't been playing at all. Like I
Yeah.
literally been just on the rack. So me and E will be playing. That's why it's good that it's a later time. I could try to get my cardio up a little bit. So me and E will be on one side versus 2 other people. Then the All-Stars will be drafted to the teams. There's 2 QBs, 1 from each division on each side. So basically 4 QBs, 2D3, 2D2, and then we'll draft the rest of the guys. I do have the graphic out of the All-Stars. I'll probably put it up later and I'll post it, and then we'll go from there. But I want to have this game, man. Those things are good. We'll have fun. We'll have fun playing in that game. We get to, you get to enjoy after this, everything's done, and just play some football, but meaningless fun football, which nothing's wrong with that. So that's just a little bring up that. All right, E, I think that's it for me. What I got to say.
Oh, I'm good. Tell us tomorrow.
Yeah. Funny part is, shoot, it feel like we can end the show now, but we got a whole nother division to talk about.
Yeah.
Hash, you sticking around?
No, I'm gonna hop off.
Nate, you sticking around?
Sure, why not?
All right. Hash. Thank you for coming on. We have to get
first year. You guys running this league. Gotta say it's been a true success. It's way better than I've ever thought it was gonna be. And it's only gonna get better. I could only imagine. So
shit, we got y'all guys, man. Playing in the snow. Excuse my language. We got y'all out there playing in the cold.
Yeah, man. Damn, I don't. That's crazy that you guys even did that. But guys, good luck. Good luck, Kenny. Good luck, Nate. It'll be a good game.
Hash,
I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, Ash.
Bro. Thanks.
All right. So let's run. Let's get into some of the. Let's get back to let's jump to Nate. Anything Nate would know about right now. Nate, I forgot to give you homework. I usually tell the guests to watch all the games. I don't know if you've seen all of them. Where are you? All right, this Garbage Men game. Nate, did you play in this one?
Yeah.
You did. All right. So Garbage Men missing Ned, their best player. A very game Garbage Man.
Yeah.
A very game Garbage Man. Leaves me optimistic to believe that this team is much better than they played this season. 26-19. It doesn't seem like this was an easy one for you fellas. So go ahead.
Ken, you want to go first?
Yeah, I guess so. I think Rich was excellent at quarterback in this one. He threw really well. And this is a game where I don't think they had more than 2 drops, maybe. They caught most of their stuff. And I think the first 3 drives, they scored on us. Systematically, they moved the ball really well. We didn't get frazzled, which is nice. I mean, it could be easy if you're down. I think we're down 19-6 at one point to just be like, oh, what's happening here? But they have a really good squad, and they're only ascending. And they were missing multiple. They were missing Ned. Hopefully he's feeling better. They were missing another guy, too, I've seen play with them. I don't know his name. A couple guys were missing. I would shout him out if I knew his name. Yeah. But they played well, and their defense wasn't bad either. I know that they got a pick on our first drive, and they played well. We didn't get rattled when we were down. We came back. Credit to them. They had it. I mean, we scored. I was like, I think it was James who scored that last touchdown. I'm like, oh, don't go in the end zone. Stop. Because we could waste time now. So we actually gave them a chance they didn't have to have, but we still stopped them anyway. So it was okay. It was a really good game against them. Oh.
All right. Nate?
Yeah, this was a pretty good game. If I'm being honest, once I heard we played the Caliphs, that's where my mind was. But this was a good game. I feel like they gave us some problems on defense, but we prevailed. But my mind was on the Caliphs, if I'm being honest.
Okay. Looking ahead. So y'all wasn't really worried about this one.
I'm not gonna say that. Because it was a battle.
Yeah.
But my mind was on the Caliphs. Yeah.
We respect it. I respect it.
I can't add anything else. These guys were in the game. I can't add
Yeah. I don't have
any.
any.
Moving. Yeah.
All right. We're gonna run on to.
Let me ask a question too, because in other places your championship game was against the All-Stars. Are you guys at least a little, not sad, but like a little disappointed that it's not the All-Stars that you're going against in the championship?
Doesn't matter to me. Anybody.
You play That's not the question I'm asking. That's not the question. You get the question I'm asking.
Am I disappointed?
In terms of like a revenge. I know you're not going to take the championship back or anything like that, but
they don't care who they play. That's what they say to you.
No.
They got to beat who in front of them.
Yeah,
it don't matter.
We got the elite stuff, and he called. To his credit, Adil called me out in his post game after they won that game. And like, in fairness, I didn't have a strong feeling either way. It's like it could be elites or all-stars. All-stars, I know a little more about their personnel, but elites beat them down. It was a really good win for them. Yeah. Now we take on them. So.
They played. Yeah. All right. Let's jump to that game. I know we went over it a little bit with Hash. This, to be honest, up until the squirrel run, All-Stars were in the driver's seat. They started the game bad because the first play of the game was a pick six.
Pick six. I call his name out. I know his face.
Alfiz.
Yeah. Excellent.
Pick six to Alfiz.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get down on themselves. They just battled back. And then, to be honest, this is one of those things, just like Nate's catch down the sideline and Nate's touchdown, the big players make the big plays in the biggest moments.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, that just shows that you're ready. You're always ready and not afraid of the moment. There's a lot of guys who drop those things. Then they're like the heart ain't for those plays. If you know, like, yo, you don't know how much pressure some guys on plays. Like, some guys don't even want the ball.
Yeah.
They'll run their route so they don't get open. Because if it gets their way, then they can't. Yo, there's people. You being a player that doesn't think that way, you're like, nah, it can't be. No. There's guys that shy away from those moments because they don't want to be the guy that dropped that one. You're like, throw it to me, I'm going to catch it. They're like, don't throw it to me, I might drop it. That's the mindset. It's crazy to think of when you're a star player. You would never think that way, but people do have that thought out there. And Squirrel is one of those guys. He wanted the ball. He gonna get the ball in my hands. I'm gonna make a play. He's always playing at 100. Always playing 100%.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the game-changing play. It was the All-Stars mistake was when you have a guy. First of all, it was on the sideline.
Yeah.
Right? You can't let him shift you back inside to get back that sideline. You make him cut back inside no matter what happens. Make him cross over you so that you have a chance, or you push him back into your other. You got to, I know it's not tackling flagpole. You got to gang tackle guys like that, man. You cut him off and make him switch directions. Don't give him that. You can't get caught with the little shimmy. Like that little move in, now he boom, bounce outside. Nobody else is over there.
Yeah.
Take a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
Grab him. I take a hold.
The holding penalty.
I take a hold.
Specific about the penalty, please. A holding, not a tackle.
Not a tackle. Yeah.
Thank you. Be specific
I take a
about
hold.
the penalty. Thank you.
Yeah. Not a personal foul, because then you're gonna go 15 down there. But take the hold.
Yeah.
You know, but they were right there. But the better team won the game. The team that wanted it a little bit more won the game, and that's how it goes.
Yeah. One thing I noticed. Sorry, were you going to say something?
No, you're good. Yeah, good.
One thing I noticed is the elites consistently got open on offense, and it was systematic they were doing. The All-Stars, Dre kind of had to wait to see, all right, is this guy going to get open? Elites were like, most of the plays you could see people wide open, or at least open enough to throw.
Yeah. So
they were calling really good plays against them. Anas was surgical as usual, running well. So it seemed like as soon as this game started, like, all right, like elites are in the driver's seat here. No.
Yeah. Until they weren't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's how it went. They were in the driver's seat, then they weren't, then they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, wow. One play, and you would think that one play couldn't like one play literally could cost the entire game at that juncture of the game.
For sure.
And that's what happened. And then the throw over the top, Nas floats it over to Kenny on the back line, touchdown. that was it. And then as we heard on video, pitchy woo woo is not gonna work. I don't, Nate, you gotta watch back this video and listen to the commentary at the end. Pitchy woo woo. That's what it was called when you know the scramble play when you're pitching it to everybody. Yeah. So, yeah. All right. We gotta let's get to
you guys are on a little sad that the elites lost. All-Stars lost a little bit. No.
Nope.
Okay.
Not at all.
Wait, so Squirrel broke off a long run to end the game?
He broke off a long run to put his team in scoring position.
Yeah.
All-Stars were up. Squirrel runs maybe from the 25 on the opposite side to probably the 15 on there's one play.
Yeah, one play.
And to be honest, we're in like winning time. If he doesn't get this, I honestly think they get stopped. All-Stars win the game, probably.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
it was
study.
It was like that. Yeah, but big players make big. If you don't catch that one down that sideline for the first down,
you don't win.
We're talking to the Caliphs today. So that's how it goes. Shoot, if you drop the one in the back of the end zone, which you probably in your mind there was no chance of that, but we're talking to somebody else. That's how these games came. That's why this weekend was so great, because all the games came down to big players making big plays. Whether the QB or the receiver, you guys had to get it done. Yeah, like it's crazy. Like what I couldn't. Like I said, I just watched the game back. I couldn't believe it. I was like, there's no time for them to come back down and score. But I know the result. Yeah. I know it happened, and I'm like, when, how? And it was boom, bomb, Nate, first down. Another play, I think a dub down, boom, Nate, touchdown game. It's crazy. Then
I want to say that like you said, one play can definitely make it feel like it's gonna affect the outcome of the game. And I want to shout out to the Gladiators because that's how I felt kind of after the punt return right before halftime. And like shout out to the Gladiators. We kept our heads in it. That could break the team. Yeah.
Break your spirits there.
But
you guys were more focused and more focused on yelling at us, saying that it was out of bounds and actually trying to grab the flag.
Nobody moved.
Nobody moved because everybody was out of bounds. He's out of bounds. So there he goes. Like he reached for the ball out, but he stayed in, just ran up the sideline. You guys are there arguing with us while the guy's running free. And then we did. There's no challenge or anything, but we looked back at it at halftime and saw he was inbound. So
now, on that note, listen, play till the whistle blows. Play till the play stop. Don't look for the refs to bail you out. Play till the whistle stop. This is the championship. Play till the whistle. That is my advice to everybody tomorrow. Play to the whistle. Don't complain to us, and then a play happens, and then that ain't gonna stop the touchdown. You know what I mean? The complaint ain't gonna stop the play, and maybe stop the play, then complain later. You know what I mean? Then have what you have to say, but make the plays.
But it was bantered around, Rob. So I don't know the conclusion we came up with. So my bad. What are we doing in terms of challenge? Will it be not a team challenge, but will the referees do have the ability to go back and review a play? Are we doing that?
I don't have.
I'll let you guys know.
Don't have the answer. We got to talk one more time about it, but we will. We'll give a sure answer before the games. Okay, before tonight, we'll give a sure answer about that. All right. So that's that. All right, Nate. You said you didn't see these D3 games, but we're gonna jump into the D3 division. You know what, Nate? Since you haven't seen the D3 games, I'm gonna go to the All-Star list, and then I'm gonna let you go because you haven't seen them. So that we don't have to just keep you around.
Yeah.
All right. So now I hope I got everything right on here. There may be slight tweaks. And we will try to implement some type of voting in the future for the players and all that stuff. But this is first season we working on. You know what I mean? It's a work in progress. Also, we will try to implement stats moving forward, so that these things can be seen tangibly. You know what I mean? So that's on its way. All right. So this is the format so far, right? I know it's a little small for you guys, especially you, Nate, on the phone. So it's going to be two sides. So the reason why I put the separation line, that one side is D2, one side is D3, right? And we will draft from the bunch at the bottom. The top, the QBs will be set that way, if you understand. Yeah, I got it. I will send this out later. There is 2 alternates at QB, but we'll talk about that at a later time. I will put out a feeler to see who's available to play. Just for the record, Nate, you ain't catching that ball on me down the sideline, so I'm gonna start my shit talk now. Kenny, barbecue chicken. Barbecue chicken.
I want to play on the refs team. We talked about that, right? You guys have a team.
Kenny, I get you. Yeah, Kenny, you're with us because you on the show. You with us.
I haven't played it all this season. So.
But Nate,
yeah,
you ain't catching that one on the sideline. I'm definitely out of picking it off and knocking a seatbelt, whatever. So, I'm gonna be in shape for it too. I'm gonna just let you know that. So I'm ready. I miss playing. I ain't even gonna hold y'all. So what other best time to get out there with the best of the league and have some fun. So this is the list right here. Let me run down the names. We got it's me and E. We'll draft me, E. Shane is quarterback, Omar on one side. We're gonna draft the rest of the players. Ken T, AZ, Anas, and Hoos are the other side's quarterback. Will, Adil, Nate, Big Nate, of course, Abrar, Alfies, Manny, Ned, Free Ty, Vinny, AP, and Saeem. All people that had amazing seasons this year for D2. And on the D3 side, Fabi, Ike, Sheep, Nick G, Umair, Kevin, Jonathan, Mahad, Marv, KJ, and Mike Labati, who's been playing some ball this season. Listen, guys, we're not perfect on our list all the time. Listen, we go through a lot of the players. I think I'm missing somebody.
You gotta have my guy Germ on there. I think you got to put him on there.
Germ was on my on the list. He probably will be getting added to this. If I show you my paper behind me at the desk, Germ is on there. Yeah. So, and like I said, it's going to be tweaked a little bit, but this is just a rough feeler for everybody. But I want to have this game. I'll put out for everybody that if you can make it, it would be great. You know what I mean? We'll enjoy and have a good time. All right, Nate. Good luck.
Thank you.
This week. I hope to see you running up to the camera a few times.
Sure.
During the game this week. Good luck. And Kenny, good luck. I know we let Nate go, but good luck. That's all.
We see you tomorrow, man. We see you tomorrow.
Early, bright and early. All right.
I just want to say I appreciate you guys putting on the league. You know, you guys do a lot, and it definitely was better than I expected. So I want to put that out there. I thought I was gonna have to wait till spring to another championship. So I appreciate you guys.
All right. Appreciate you, bro. It's a lot.
Right, thanks for coming on tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
Hold on. Put that last comment because you called him Ike. Free Ty is right. My bad. We disrespected him.
Oh, I'm sorry. So since we did call him the wrong name.
You take one hand.
We know where you're going.
You take this hand. You put them together.
Hashitashi.
You're right, man.
Oh, my bad.
You're right, Ty. You're right.
Yeah. So no, but Germ was definitely on the list. Not even just to say he was. I could pull this up right now. See, there you go. At the bottom, Germ H. Okay. He was added, but that's not the bottom of the list. That's just the bottom of that side of the list. He was on the list. It's not. I just but shout out to everybody. You guys had an amazing season. Like a lot of guys played better. I've seen a lot of guys improve, and that happens with playing more football. And we have a winter. There's no break. You just get to keep building on what you're doing. So, all right, let's jump into.
Talk about the other one first. The Browns game.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about that one first for obvious reasons. And while we got Kenny here, my question to you, Kenny.
I know where you're going already, but
my favorite question. Game is 0-0, and the Browns did what we've seen them do 2-3 other times. You see the QB change. What's your thoughts?
Well, I don't know what the rationale is between the shifting QBs. I wonder that when they change between Kaz and Shu, and I don't know if Anas is taking
snaps. Kaz, Shu,
the
guy that's sitting on the bleachers just sitting there. It doesn't matter. Like it just seems. No, I'm just messing. But okay. Listen, and anything I say here, I've said to whosoever. At the score being 0-0, I don't think I pull anybody, but it's not my team, right? And in the end, the result was a win. So that makes the decision in how I look at things. That's the right decision if you win the game. You lose the game, now we're talking something different, but that's just the nature of decision making on a team, right? They won. I have nothing. There's nothing I could say about it. Me personally, I probably wouldn't bench him 0-0 because we're still in a 0-0 game. He can pick it up. You know what I mean? But the word was, it's the playoffs. A certain amount of drives have passed. We haven't scored. We gotta try something.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Can't hold nothing back, as they said in the movies.
No, and not like I said, it's not a decision I would have made, but it was a decision that was made, and the result is a W, and they advance to the finals of Redzone. So
I think
somebody got it right.
I think it's maybe because Shu is like QB emeritus, so whenever he shows up, he's inclined to play, which makes sense. He's a really good thrower of the ball, and if he's been on the team, at least this franchise, for X amount of years, then like you naturally have some trust in him to do the right thing pre-snap, during the snap, after the snap. So I get the QB switch. Although,
but let's just get him in his due, Kenny.
Yeah, Kazi played well. I thought he played well in this spots. Yeah.
No, I'm talking about you mentioned in Shu.
Oh yeah.
In my time of playing this football,
probably the GOAT.
Shu's been the GOAT.
Probably the GOAT. Yeah. Not wrong in saying
in my time of playing flag football in these leagues, Shu's been the GOAT. So
I would never not put him in. I'm on that train too. It's like if he's there, doesn't matter what you have. I guess. Well, I'm sure they're talking about these things behind the scenes. Decide like, all right, when this happens, he'll come in, or et cetera, et cetera. So
well, I would hope so.
I hope so. It's not something where
I would hope. Again, I like to do things that it's just the three of us here. There's no guys watching. Nobody's gonna watch it.
Hold on, Kenny. We over here assuming that these conversations happen.
That's where I'm going. That's what I'm saying. So it's just the three of us talking. Nobody's watching us right now. Nobody's gonna watch it later. If you know that that guy is looming, arguably the GOAT, top 2, top 3, whatever you want to call him, right? If you're Kazi, why put yourself in that situation when you know?
Because you believe in your own talent.
But you know the smallest thing.
Yeah, but all you have to do is perform. And there's nothing you can do about a player that's performing.
He got pulled 3 different scenarios. He got pulled when trailing. He got pulled when leading for Marv, and he got pulled while tied 0-0.
I'm gonna say it seems like when multiple drives stall, that's when they pull. Even for Marv, it was 30, and then I think couple stall drives. And they were. That's what I think happened. So listen. I'm not the guy making the decisions. I don't know the.
And we're here to talk, man. It's just the three barbershop talk. It's just the three of us here. So let's just say, and I have no dog in the fight. I hope everybody plays well tomorrow. Let's just say, if the shoe is on the other foot, no pun intended, tomorrow. See that, bars. That's what I do. All right. If the shoe is on the other foot, right? 0-0. We're reaching midway through the first half, coming up on the 2-minute warning. 0-0. Does Kazi start the second half of the championship game?
No. I see them like going to who you trust and just giving Drew the ball.
So I got two.
Yeah.
I got two answers. My answer is, by the history of what this team has done up until this point, he should be starting the second half. Will he start the second half? I don't know, because I think they just have that trust in Shu. And I can't tell him anything different. You would have that trust in Shu too. You know, we all would. So, but by history of what you're doing, if you're going to be consistent, that's what you would have to do. But I don't know. I don't think so. I think.
So was it really a no-win situation? Like, I only keep if I dominate. Like I said, he got pulled 3 different ways. Like, let's keep track of that.
Yeah, no.
While trailing,
honestly,
while leading, and while tied.
You have to know that that's a possibility with Shu on the roster. He doesn't. It's not like Shu gonna go out there and play receiver for you.
He did get pulled. Like, he got pulled from Marvin in one game.
That's what I'm saying. They were leading.
Yeah, I know. He's been pulled in different.
But that game was out of. I think that game he had already put up 30, and I think a couple drives stalled. I don't know what that one was a little different from the other polls, because he put up a lot of points that game. But we'll see. We'll see.
I'm asking. Hey, I have to ask the hard-hitting questions, man.
That's true. That's a good question for me. I think. Well, I don't know what they talked about before the season. Like, if he didn't know who was going to be on the team as a QB, or he just wanted to play on some team, he wasn't playing with what are now the garbage men. He's just like, all right, I'll just play on this team and see what happens. We don't know.
Well, this is the one thing. The Browns are a winning franchise, right? And I think that in the end, they're gonna try. Whoever's running it is gonna try to put forward what they think is gonna get them to win the championship. So, and they're gonna go with their trusty guy. He's been trusty. He's still trusty. Well, it is what it is. You join a win. You're on a winning franchise. This is, things like this happen.
It's true.
Yeah. So
that's just.
I hear you. We hear you. 0-0. No, I don't pull it.
I not surprised, but.
You thought it was premature.
Yeah.
I thought the poll was premature, but and like I said, you win the game. There's nothing more to say. When at the end of the day, the win is all that matters, and this is where it comes down to saying put egos aside, all that stuff. Forget all of that.
And he's been.
Let's go out here and win a championship.
And this is us speaking for him. You know what I mean? This is how.
Yeah. Of course.
How we think and how we feel. We haven't heard anything. He's been.
No, this is just us analyzing the whole situation.
He's been on the sideline cheering them on, still coming to every game. You know what I mean?
Great guy. Listen. He's here to win a championship.
Yeah. So.
And whoever's going to get it done, whether it's him, whether it's Shu, whether it's Marv, whether it's Anas, whatever. Let's win this championship. And at the end of the day, if they win this championship, you can't take that away from them.
Nope.
So,
I mean, he could always take over as free agents QB another season. I know there are. He got a mix of characters there. He bring his own guy. He had one of his friends there, actually.
Yes, and I hope to see him. To see. I've seen him before. He's brought him out before. I hope to see him on the field at some point. If he's a player, I would assume so.
Gazi brought a guy down.
Yeah, just boy out there.
Yeah,
I understand that.
Yeah. So, let's talk about this game a little bit. So, Browns started off this game really well, and then the free agent stormed back and fell a little short.
Was it 19 zip? Then it came back up 21-19.
Packed the defense.
Yeah.
started stopping him. Germ played well late in this game.
Mhm.
Played really, really well late in this game. Shout out to Germ. He did his thing. That's the one thing about Germ. Germ is always. Let me say this. I always say he needs to stay leveled, but in sometimes he can fold to things not going well. He didn't. That didn't happen in this game.
Yeah,
It's true.
So he persevered forward through whatever was going on, because 19-0 you can easily pack it in and be like,
yeah.
But they did it. 19-0, one more score after that, and 25-21. That's an amazing second half. Y'all got anything on this game?
And it took a game-winning drive because they were up 21-19 I believe to Anas scored the game-winning touchdown in this game, right?
Oh yeah.
So it actually took the Browns coming back to beat the free agent. So shout out to the free agent too. You know.
Yeah, I think Pulak had 19 this one. To his credit, I think he did. Yeah,
Pulak had an INT.
Yeah.
Oh yes, he did. The
Russia had a good game against them. Fidel, Swirl, Anas, Siam, Ohit, Marv. A lot of guys made plays on both sides. I think the biggest takeaway for the free agents in this one was the drops. I saw them live. I was like, drops in key spots. It was horrible.
One drop in which AZ had it and the teammate in the back of the end. He didn't know, but they both fought up for the ball and got bat out of his hands. It was by flight. You guys remember the play I'm talking about?
Yes.
It's in the back of the end zone. AZ could have had a TD, but it's just
the
two
balls
guys
knocked out AZ's hands. Yeah, two guys. Yeah.
Can't happen.
But another game that comes down to a game winning. You have to come down and beat the team that maybe you were the favorite.
Like the theme of the week, man. This was the theme of the week. I'm telling you.
Just tough games for everybody this week. All right. And we're gonna move on to. No, we'll go here.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this was one
game the one game that doesn't apply to.
Yeah, this was a slap in. The defense. I know we see in the 47 here. I didn't think Hoos played his best game, and there was some good defense from the Ravens. Ravens been playing good defense these last couple of weeks. They've been locking up.
Yeah.
We have a great mix of man and zone.
Yeah.
Yo open crew. And the offense led by Sheep.
I wrote that down.
Led by Sheep via Omar.
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of drawing up. Omar has to execute it, but I just mean you can see, even in the video, you can see
the guidance. Yeah.
Sheep is the one doing this and drawing up the plays on guys' chests. You see that?
And always
the Sheep in the huddle.
And always executing very well.
Also, when Omar's in the rush, Sheep, hold on. Calm down. You know what I mean? You can hear it just watching the game. So hope they keep this team together. I know they lost a tough one to 220, which we can go to that slide now. We don't really have to talk about a 33-point win.
They said in the previous game that Germ threw 4 picks in the first half and made up for it in the second half.
That's true. 220.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about
220 Ravens. This was also a game. Ravens.
All right. This one also comes down to, and Soel has been preaching it. Read the rule book. Because I know this came down to controversial, if you want to call it. It's not controversial because it's in the rule book.
I heard that.
In which a player didn't have his whole body over the line. So, in most leagues, places, NFL, whatever you want to call it, as long as some part of the quarterback is behind the line, the throw is still legal for a pass.
So I'm going to give you the logic behind not crossing it all.
I just want to give it, but Omar had some part of his body across the line, which in our league is automatically an illegal for a pass. The quarterback cannot have anything over the line.
Well, the arm could be over.
Well, that's when on the follow through.
But not your feet or anything. Yeah. So I'm gonna tell you the logic on this. It's basically you make it tougher to continue to have to make judgment calls from the referee if his leg was back, and if was a fifth, you'd be drunk. And that's
It's an old one.
yeah, you know. E, why I can't say something funny from time to time? Yeah. Anyway,
you thought that was funny? That's the problem with that.
Can he chuckle a little bit?
I like jokes. That wasn't funny. Yeah, but go ahead.
Yeah, so it takes away the judgment part of making that call, because then you'll get, oh, he's over. Oh no, he's not over. So I don't think he was over. You know what I mean? So now there's no judgment in it. You understand what I'm saying? So just stay behind the line. To be honest, it should help you guys out, because you QBs that like to play up at the line, I never understood it anyway. So back up. That's it. But yes, can't go over the line at all. And I'm not gonna say it was a pivotal thing. I thought that was earlier in the game. I think they score on the play.
They did.
It was.
They did score on the play.
Deep
It was
pass to
earlier.
Fabry, yeah.
And I think the main thing that cost this game for the Ravens was spatial awareness on the back line of the end zone. There's no way you have multiple plays where guys catch a touchdown in the back and they're out of bounds. Especially if unless the ball's carried you out of bounds, then you were going to be out of bounds anyway. These are like close calls on the back line. There were multiple where, oh no, he's out. You know, so. But no knock on them, man. They played amazing. They played a good game. Fabby was lights out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Lights out. He's been lights out all season, but he showed up this game. Ike had a pick. Yobert had a pick. Steve had a pick.
He did.
Wait, is this the right game?
Yeah, I think it was this game. I don't know if it was the All-Stars game or not. I think.
Well, I know on the day, all them people I just named had a pick. I just say that.
Yeah.
So they've been playing defense. Omar's been playing impeccable football. I'm glad to see him progress forward with running the offense and better decision making, because you're seeing it on the field. Some of the throws, he had Sherry in the back of the end zone for a touchdown in one of these games here.
Yeah.
And he's feeding everybody. He's feeding Sheep. He's feeding Steve. He's feeding Carlos. Everybody's getting the ball. Everybody's getting the rock.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Funny part is the person who's getting the rock the least was his former number one guy after watching these games. But it's part of a bigger picture. He still scored.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
He had a toe. He had one over the top in the back right corner of the end zone. But they're a team. Teams will always beat the one guy that you keep going to. Just keep it together. But
John had some plays as well. He did a good job as the punter, taking over, throwing as well. John did, but shout him out.
Oh, John. Oh, it's
Ike's brother.
Yeah. Ike's brother. Yeah,
Oh yes.
You said John. I'm thinking of Jonathan.
I'm thinking Jonathan.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. He had plays in that other game too.
He did. He had an amazing season.
Yeah.
I think he was Hoose's most trusty target. Speaking to the All-Stars, let me jumped over there. Right? Yeah, but John had a touchdown one-handed grab on the day. Back to grabbed it with one, tapped the toes, then went out of bounds. So he's, it was. They were happy to get him back before it was too late. But this team, I hope this team stays together. From what I heard, this team is going to stay together.
They should.
They should be much better. They should progress. You're going to see a lot of more wins out of this team if they stay together in another season.
No, there's two things I noticed immediately just watching this game. One, the height difference between the Ravens and 220. They were towering. They had so many taller receivers. And also, I was like, is that Guinea recording and commenting? It's like, he was singing. It's like, I don't know if he was speaking in Urdu, whatever language.
Yeah.
Like South Asian language. Like, it was funny. It made me smile. But
so
everyone also, because I shouted them out in a chat that I'm in with Guinea and Tommy. Tommy
recorded the other one. Yes.
Yeah.
AZ Woodard did a good job, but he kept complaining about his hands or something being cold as I was listening to that. But he did a good job too. Everybody who helps out, man, we thank you very much, and we're very gracious for that. Did I get that?
220? Yo,
yeah, you gotta give 220.
Respect 220 like that.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
220, another complete team. That's just what it is. A complete team. They run their routes. They do their jobs. Nobody is the standout guy. Yeah, I can call a guy who gets the ball or scores a little bit more than the other guy, but it's by what happens, not by, I don't know if it's by design where you're like, oh, this guy here we're going to on this play. No, that's just happened to be the guy getting open. So shout out to 220. Ro, Ro is QB, system player. He runs his system.
Mm-hmm.
The players run the system.
Yeah.
They do what they're supposed to do, and they're successful now in the finals.
Yeah, a lot of mistake-free football from Rohit. I actually warmed up with them before their game. I was defending their players, like it's a good warm-up. So that's always a good sign when most of your team is there and actually practicing plays. Like, all right, this is a good thing for them that most of them are here. And they had some guys making plays. I don't know if his name is James. He had a pick six.
James.
Is his name James? Yeah. Excellent play from him. And he made I think he made Omar miss trying to get him back. It's like their guys made plays in a game where they're physically, I don't say they're physically overmatched, they're just taller, but they're imposing presences on the other side of the field. Let's put it
He got Omar in their regular season game also.
Yeah.
Making plays.
Mm-hmm.
Did a backflip in that one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Remember, it made top 10.
This one here, he was trying to get a medal out of his pocket, but he couldn't get his pocket open with his gloves. But he had a prop ready. He had a prop ready. For you to be ready with a prop in your pocket, you're assuming that you're gonna make
you're gonna score. Yeah. Yeah.
So, shout out to James. He's been playing.
All right. So let's look ahead. Kenny, you from a 220 perspective. Rob, Browns 220 wins tomorrow. If what?
Mistake-free football again, where they're just getting guys the ball. No one's demanding the ball. I don't think 220's been doing that anyhow, where they have guys demanding. They have a lot of good players on their team. If Rohit doesn't force the ball in spots, he can run well enough. I think he has mobility-wise, he has an advantage over the Browns QBs. I think in terms of throwing, I might take the Browns QBs over Rohit, but Rohit plays well enough for them to win. And defensively, they have guys that can play anything, both man, zone, and you don't really see them getting burned too often. So I think as long as they don't try to get ahead of themselves, they don't try to force plays that aren't there, don't take stupid risks with the ball. Like run, if you make the rusher miss, just run. Don't even try to throw it. Like run and get yards, unless it's a line to gain situation, and then throw it. But take, as he said, take what the defense is giving you until you can get what you want to get. So, yeah, I butchered it. But
no, that's what you did it for. That's what tear them out, man.
Yeah.
Rob, Browns.
The Browns. So I know what I'm gonna get from the Browns, right? It's 220. I can't. I have to mention 220. What I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
You're gonna get pinpoint passing from the Browns and downfield. If I assuming what I think who's gonna start. That ball, you're gonna have to be able to get to that football. 220's defense over the top is gonna have to be special, and they're gonna have to be able to contain Squirrel underneath. Those are the two keys to this game. When they go deep, that ball is gonna be in the position for that receiver to catch it easily. Can they defend that? I don't think they've seen the likes of a QB like Shu. This is the toughest QB they're going to play in their career of football that I've seen.
Might be true. Yeah.
They haven't played a QB better than this.
Yeah, I was trying to run over their schedule. But that could be true.
Yeah, they haven't. And I'm like, we can go to other leagues. They have not played a QB the likes
we
of
played a couple scrimmages, light work against
yes, but that's a scrimmage.
That's scrimmage, yeah.
That's a scrimmage. That's different. The chips are on the table here. This will be the toughest assignment for that defense.
Mm-hmm.
Don't dwell on giving up a play. And you guys know what I mean by that. Move on to the next one because you're dealing with a guy who thinks the game.
IQ on a
IQ is on 1,000. So don't dwell on it. Move on to the next
Stay
play.
together, just play.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I expect to see a professional Browns. That's just it. It's just gonna be they're gonna do what the quarterback, who I'm assuming that shoe starts.
Yeah. I think
they're gonna do what he does. He's gonna do what he does. And he's tall, he sees the field well. He has the weapons. But a very game 220 who has the defender.
They're here for a reason. So
this is no and
the Browns have to defend 220 as well.
Yes.
We're talking about it like from their defensive perspective. What about
I was just talking the Browns offense against 220's defense, because I think that if 220's defense is gonna have to be special this game.
You see a shootout?
Do I see a shootout?
You see a shootout?
I want to see a shootout. Do I see a shootout? I don't know. 220 scores.
Mm-hmm.
220 scores. Does the Browns actually may have less points? I don't know. I got to see that. But the last game, they didn't put up crazy numbers. It was 25. 220 got 34 here. 220's been scoring big.
All right.
But
obviously we can't be in the position that we are, and also reference. Kenny, you want to give a prediction on this one?
I think 220 just seems like the team of destiny here. I think they find a way to get it done. They're a childhood friendship group mostly, and a couple of additions. I just think they find a way to win, even though I think QB advantage throwing wise to the Browns. If she was starting, I still just on paper it's hard to predict, but I think 220 finds a way to win this one. I know, and it's hard for me to say. That's the gut feeling. 220, even though like I can see all the Browns players and the QBs, like that's a tough matchup, but it's just the way 220's been going. I just think they find a way. Like the last championship appearance that some of their guys made, I was actually more confident in Knights Watch winning the game than my own team was, and like against the All-Stars in that championship battle. Even though I was confident then, it's like I would put money down that Knights Watch is going to destroy these guys. And then we saw what happened. It's like,
I knew.
I did not see this one coming.
Yeah.
I didn't know the result was going to be that.
I know,
but I knew it was no. Yeah.
And you have a number of those guys on that. What was their name? Is it Lights Out they were called?
Yeah.
Yeah. On that team, on this 220 team. So, yeah.
Now you also have Dre on this 220 team.
That's match
him too. With the experience on the Brown side. So that's gonna be that's gonna be a big thing also. You got to be able to match the IQ. And I think they have the people to match the IQ. But this is another game that you just don't know who's gonna win the game.
The reason why we were kind of we knew in the other place that they could win, but we felt that they were because remember they had lost arguably their best receiver to School or to Patel. But now you have Mize, who
he's filled
arguably just as good, right? So
this
team is built very, very well. So
we're gonna see.
You heard it first. I'm Kenny, 220 big. So that's what he said.
Well, I didn't say big.
You heard it. That's what the Browns heard. That's what Squirrel heard. So that's what Squirrel heard. So he's gonna throw you out. Should they win? Get ready to get called out.
I know.
Game, so
that happens.
So Squirrel heard. 220
defense from 220 has to be special. I think it's the defense has to be able to slow down the offense. Offense of 220 is going to do what it's going to do, but their defense has to be able to slow down, and that's where the game will be told, in my opinion. So, all right,
that Dre call out was good by you, Rob, because he will be the one that will
match
he'll,
with.
He'll play chess. He'll play chess.
He'll play chess with you.
He'll play chess with him. I
very,
don't know.
very, very
funny, but Dre will.
He's one of those guys that just
he'll play chess with him.
Very smart, very smart player. All right. Hey, I guess that's it. We'll have a there will be end of season awards. Won't be such a long list like previous. It'll be 3 awards. We're gonna have offensive. We're gonna have MVP, offensive, defensive. Everybody's a rookie. You know, those things don't matter.
It's good.
Yeah. So, we'll put out some votes. Hey, if you have some guys that you think should be eligible for an award, shoot a message.
Yeah.
Shoot a message. Give us your best case, because we're not perfect. We may miss some things. You know what I mean? Shoot a message.
All the guys that text me about top 10 plays, like this doesn't just have to be a me and Rob vehicle. You guys see the plays too. If you remember
Send
something,
we'll see it, and then when we compile everything, we'll look at it and see if it was truly
makes the cut. Yeah.
So if you got a guy that you think was an MVP candidate or an offensive player or a defensive candidate, you'll see what we'll apply it to what we have, and we'll put out some votes, which will probably count to about 40% of what happens, because you can't trust the players, because some teams are larger than other teams. You know what I mean? Also, when the vote stuff go out, you won't be able to vote for your own teammate. You can only vote for the others, if that makes any sense, because that's the way to mitigate the ballot with them. I don't want you stuffing the ballot. Vote for the guy that you think, even if you think your guy deserves it, who deserves it next after him. And then we'll compile that.
If the guy really deserves it, then the rest of the league will see it and still vote for your guy.
Exactly.
Right? So your guy will still win.
Your guy will still win, but he won't be on your 26 team roster. Voted. So, all right. Yeah. But those are all things to work out. Kenny, final words.
We'll all enjoy a good championship weekend tomorrow, and the teams that should win will win, whoever those will be, and everyone will have inaugural champions celebrate post game, etc. So, yeah, all right. Safe statement.
Congrats to all the teams that made it here, man. Whether it's who we thought, predicted, or whatever, that doesn't matter now. You guys earned it. All right? You guys earned it. So I'm just proud, man, that the work Rob put in, Sowell put in, all the players that cooperated, man. It's not easy. It's not easy to do what these guys do. They make it look easy. Again, I'll speak for me. Rob does a lot of the hard work too. You know what I mean? Sowell does a lot of I do the fun part. I get to be the people's ref and all that stuff. I do a lot of the fun part. But shout out to these two guys, man. They're doing a great job with this league. Appreciate them, man. Those are my brothers, man. I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow.
All right. I think I've spoken enough for the episode. Good luck, everybody. Mm-hmm. Come out, have fun. Let's have a good time. Let's see who gets it done.
And remember, come out there early. Well, players probably won't want, but there'll be refreshments. All right. I believe so. I said that. There'll be refreshments.
Bagels,
even if
bagels,
come down,
cookies.
Come out, support the league. I know it's going to be tough for some teams to come watch a game.
Bring it.
Kenny, just real quick, Kenny. Let's just say you lost last week. Would you still come out and support the championship? Or
yes, I would 100% be there.
You would?
I would.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Listen, there's stands. Sit in the stands. Fill the stands. Make it look like the best game in the world. Come out there and fill the stands. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. We're gonna both teams, please. We're gonna do opposite sidelines for these championships, one on each side. Yeah, that's about it. Make sure you
first guy that we see from a team, they claim that sideline.
Yeah.
That means get out there early.
Basically.
What I'm saying.
So
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you guys for tuning in. We had about 24 viewers live at 2:00 today, man. That's amazing.
That's a lot.
Like that's a lot of people watching live. That's a lot of people watching live. A lot of comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. We will have an award show for the award, for the winner of the award, and obviously the top 10 to playoff, finals MVP. All that to come out at the same time. Annie, it's been a pleasure, my brother. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
E.
Yo.
You know.
All right.